I'd become the research assistant to, while I was doing my doctorate, to Professor Milton Brown, who was a professor of marketing and a real whiz. I mean, he was one of the godlike figures teaching at Harvard Business School. And he was a fabulous teacher, but he couldn't write. And this is where my journalistic background came in, because I learned to write, and I always give it full marks. I think more than anything else, I did well academically. It was because I could write, and I'd learned to write from Canadian Press. And my fellow students would get mired down in writing. I had been drilled in compressing my thoughts and writing simply and directly and all the rest of it. And anyway, so I kept getting all these great marks, and that's why they put me in the doctoral program. And I got hooked on teaching, and they use case method there. And it's a very exciting pedagogical exercise. I loved it. And you're into the class, you're not lecturing, you're involved in prodding and pushing and eliciting discussion among people in the class on issues and so on. And I decided that's what I wanted to do with my life. And that's why I did the doctorate and then came to Western, because we wanted to come back to Canada. Western at that time was certainly the first Canadian school to pick up the Harvard approach, the Harvard Business School approach, and they had decided they were going to adopt that case method teaching. And it was very small. The university itself was maybe 3,000 students. It's 36,000 today, I guess. The business school was quite small. I had a class of maybe 30 or 40 students, something like that. And there were no Canadian cases. We were using American cases, so I started writing Canadian cases. Had a very interesting time with two young assistants had been assigned to me, who were both just recent MBAs. And one was a fellow named Bud Johnson, who later became the dean of the business school at Western. And Rich Ferguson was the other. And Rich Ferguson was noted as the first Canadian to run with Roger Bannister and in the 4-minute mile, when they finally broke the record of 4 minutes for running the mile. He was a great figure in the athletic world, but a very bright fellow, and he wanted to teach also. So I ended up with a kind of open sky in front of me, and no Canadian cases, so we got these two fellows writing cases and working on them and teaching case method and expanding them then into, from the sort of traditional first postgraduate level that was traditional for the Harvard Business School, into executive programs where we bring in people from different businesses into these case method sessions, and they really worked well.